I want you to look around your living room right now, your bedroom, your kitchen windowsill, because there is a very real chance that somewhere in your home there is a plant, a beautiful, decorative house plant that you carefully chose, that you water every week, that makes your space look warm and inviting, that could send your cat to an emergency veterinary hospital or kill them. Today, I am going to walk you through 10 of the most common houseplants in American homes that are toxic to cats, based on data from the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center and veterinary emergency specialists. Some of these plants are on every home decor list, some are all over social media, and almost none of their owners know how dangerous they are to their cats. According to veterinary researchers and the ASPCA, plant ingestion is one of the top reasons cats are brought to emergency veterinary clinics every single year. The ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center logs over 25,000 calls annually about plant-related pet exposures. And here is something that will stop you in your tracks. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science found that 74% of indoor cats regularly interact with houseplants. 74%. That means if you have cats and plants in the same home, the odds are very high that your cat has already chewed on, licked, or brushed against your plants. And if any of those plants are on today's list, your cat may have already been exposed without you even knowing it. Before we go through the list, please save this number right now. The ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 888-426-4435. If at any point during this video you realize you have one of these plants in your home and your cat has been acting strangely, please contact them or your veterinarian immediately. Do not wait for symptoms to get worse. This video is for general educational awareness and is not a substitute for professional veterinary advice. Now let's get into the 10 plants. Plant number 1. Lilies. This is the single most dangerous plant for cats in existence, and it is also one of the most common flowers found in American homes and flower arrangements. Easter lilies, tiger lilies, Asiatic lilies, stargazer lilies, day lilies. Every member of the true lily family is catastrophically toxic to cats. According to the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center's Senior Director of Toxicology, ingesting even a tiny amount of a lily, a single petal, a single leaf, even just licking pollen from the flower, can cause acute, potentially fatal kidney failure in cats within 24 to 72 hours. Even drinking water from a vase that contained lilies has caused kidney failure and death in cats. The emergency critical care veterinary specialists who work in animal hospitals describe the week before Easter as one of the most devastating times of year because Easter lily poisonings spike dramatically. Treatment requires aggressive hospitalization, IV fluids, and blood work monitoring for a minimum of several days, and even then, the outcome is not guaranteed. The ASPCA is unequivocal on this point. Never bring lilies into a home with cats. Not on a high shelf, not in a closed room, not anywhere. The risk is simply too high. Plant number 2, Pothos. Pothos is one of the most popular houseplants in America. It is sold in nearly every garden center, grocery store, and home goods store in the country. It is beloved for being nearly impossible to kill, and for trailing beautifully down shelves and hanging baskets. And it is consistently one of the most common causes of plant poisoning calls to the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center. Pothos contains insoluble calcium oxalate crystals, microscopic needle-like structures that are released the moment a cat chews on the plant. These crystals penetrate the soft tissues of the mouth, throat, and digestive tract, causing immediate burning pain, intense drooling, pawing at the mouth, vomiting, difficulty swallowing, and loss of appetite. While pothos is rarely fatal, the level of oral pain and distress it causes in cats is significant, and repeated exposure over time can cause lasting damage. If you have pothos in your home, it needs to go, or it needs to be placed somewhere your cat cannot physically access, which, as any cat owner knows, is nearly impossible. Plant number 3, Monstera deliciosa. The Monstera, also called the Swiss cheese plant or split-leaf philodendron, has become one of the most photographed houseplants on social media in recent years. Its large, dramatic split leaves are in countless home decor magazines and Instagram feeds. It is also toxic to cats for the exact same reason as Pothos, insoluble calcium oxalate crystals. If a cat chews on a Monstera leaf, the result is immediate oral pain, drooling, vomiting, and difficulty swallowing. Veterinary sources note that while Monstera is rarely fatal, it causes significant discomfort and distress. A beautiful, cat-safe alternative that gives a similar tropical aesthetic is a calathea or a prayer plant. Plant number 4. Sago palm. If lilies are the most dangerous plant for cat kidneys, sago palms are the most dangerous plant for the liver, and they are often kept as decorative indoor plants. Every single part of the sago palm is toxic: the leaves, the seeds, the roots, and the trunk. According to veterinary toxicologists, the toxic compound in sago palms called psicacin causes massive liver failure, and the mortality rate, even with aggressive veterinary treatment, is extremely high. Symptoms of sago palm poisoning begin within 12 to 48 hours of ingestion and include vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, liver failure, and death. This is a plant that should never be in a home with cats under any circumstances. Plant number 5. Potted aloe vera. Aloe vera is in millions of American homes. People keep it for sunburn relief, skin care, and because it is low maintenance and attractive. But aloe vera is toxic to cats. The gel inside the plant contains compounds called anthraquinone glycosides, which cause vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, and changes in urine color in cats. While aloe vera toxicity in cats is rarely fatal, it causes significant gastrointestinal distress. If you want to keep aloe vera in your home, store it in a room your cat cannot access. But given how agile cats are, the safest option is to remove it from the home entirely. Plant number 6. Snake plant. The snake plant, also called sansevieria or mother-in-law's tongue, is another enormously popular houseplant known for being virtually indestructible and for being marketed as an air-purifying plant. According to the ASPCA, snake plants are toxic to cats. They contain saponins, which cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea when ingested. While snake plant toxicity is generally considered moderate rather than severe, it is still a plant that causes real discomfort for cats and should not be kept in a home with free-roaming cats. Plant number 7. Dieffenbachia. Dieffenbachia, commonly called dumb cane, is a large, leafy tropical plant that is frequently used in office spaces and home interiors for its bold, patterned foliage. Like Pothos and Monstera, Dieffenbachia contains insoluble calcium oxalate crystals, but Dieffenbachia is considered more severe in its effects. The crystals in Dieffenbachia can cause such intense swelling of the mouth and throat that it can interfere with swallowing and breathing. In severe cases, exposure to Dieffenbachia can be life-threatening. If a cat chews on this plant and begins showing signs of oral swelling, difficulty breathing, or inability to swallow, this is a veterinary emergency that requires immediate attention. Plant number 8. Azalea and rhododendron. While azaleas are most commonly found in outdoor gardens, many varieties are kept as indoor potted plants, particularly during the spring and fall. Azaleas and rhododendrons contain toxic compounds called grayanotoxins, which interfere with normal muscle and nerve function in cats. According to veterinary toxicologists, ingestion of azalea can cause drooling, vomiting, diarrhea, weakness, loss of coordination, low blood pressure, cardiac abnormalities, and in severe cases, coma and death. The degree of toxicity varies depending on how much of the plant is ingested, but there is no safe amount of azalea for a cat. Plant number 9. Autumn crocus. The autumn crocus is a flowering plant that is popular in gardens and occasionally kept indoors for its beautiful blooms. It is also one of the most acutely toxic plants to cats, containing an alkaloid called colchicine that disrupts cell division throughout the body. Veterinary sources are very clear that all parts of the autumn crocus are highly toxic to cats. What makes this plant particularly dangerous is that symptoms can be delayed. A cat may appear relatively normal for several days after ingesting autumn crocus and then develop multi-organ failure. Symptoms include bloody vomiting and diarrhea, bone marrow suppression, organ failure, and death. If you suspect your cat has been anywhere near an autumn crocus, do not wait for symptoms to appear. Call your veterinarian immediately. Plant number 10. English ivy. English ivy is widely used as a trailing indoor plant and is extremely common in American homes and offices. According to veterinary toxicologists, English ivy contains triterpenoid saponins and polyacetylene compounds that cause vomiting, abdominal pain, excessive drooling, and diarrhea in cats. Foliage is more toxic than the berries, and regular exposure can cause increasingly severe symptoms. While English ivy is generally not considered as acutely dangerous as lilies or sago palms, it is a consistent source of gastrointestinal distress for cats who have access to it. Now let's recap the full list. Number 1, lilies, fatal kidney failure, even from pollen. Number 2, pothos, calcium oxalate crystals, intense oral pain and vomiting. Number 3, monstera, same calcium oxalate mechanism, significant discomfort. Number 4, sago palm, liver failure, very high mortality rate. Number 5, aloe vera, gastrointestinal distress, urine changes. Number 6, snake plant, nausea and vomiting from saponins. Number 7, Dieffenbachia, severe oral swelling, potential breathing emergency. Number 8, azalea and rhododendron, cardiac abnormalities, potential coma. Number 9, autumn crocus, delayed multi-organ failure, extremely dangerous. Number 10, English ivy, vomiting, drooling, abdominal pain. Here is what I want you to do after this video. Walk through every room in your home and identify every plant you have. Cross-reference each one with the ASPCA's free online toxic plant database at aspca.org. For any plant that is on the toxic list, either remove it from your home entirely or place it in a room that your cat cannot access. But please remember, cats are extraordinary climbers and jumpers. A plant on a high shelf is not safe if your cat can reach it. And dried leaves that fall from a plant onto the floor can be just as toxic as fresh ones. The safest choice for any plant on this list is removal from the home. If you want to keep plants in your home, there are genuinely beautiful cat-safe alternatives verified by the ASPCA, including spider plants, Boston ferns, calathea, peperomia, African violets, parlor palms, and ponytail palms. You do not have to choose between having plants and having a safe cat. You just need the right plants. This video is for general educational and informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional veterinary diagnosis or treatment. If your cat has been exposed to any toxic plant, please contact your veterinarian or the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center at 888-426-4435 immediately. If this video helped you create a safer home for your cat today, please subscribe to Pet Health Alert, because next week we are covering the silent signs that your cat is in pain, signs that most owners completely miss until it is too late. I will see you in the next one.